Alan Foster. Matt Adcock. Josh Miller. Jimmy Johnson.
Here.
Randy Henny.
Here.
Lloyd Williams. Steve Jones.
Here.
Stephen Barlow.
Here.
Stephen Milbury.
Here.
Sam Gibson.
Here.
Randy Porter. Lauren Whedon. Jeff Mason.
Here.
John Potts.
Here.
David Sullivan.
Here.
Lisa Farmer. Terry Bell.
Here.
Kenny Wayne Robinson.
Here.
Jerry Lowry.
Here.
Representative Cameron Sexton. Senator Paul Bailey.
All righty, we have a quorum. Next thing on the agenda would be approval of consent agenda. Lots of things in there, March and April, 24 budgets, COLA budget. No, I'm way down, I'm sorry. Executive committee minutes, sorry, Mr. Farley. And policy council, report. Any questions or amendments to those?
Motion to approve.
Got a motion to approve? Got a second from Jimmy? All in favor say aye. Anyone opposed? Let's move on to the financial report from Ms. Ginger.
So this report also goes to April 30th, and we have a little over $25 million in program revenues, and just a little, about $25,039,000 in program expenditures. So we actually had a little additional revenue versus expenses. If you look to the right, we have our matching revenues, which total up to $220,988, and our non-grant related expenditures of a little over $97,000. So when we look at the bottom line, we do subtract out our transportation excess revenue off of that because it is restricted. We end up with $56,455 in revenue over expenses for that period. Does anyone have any questions?
Thank you, Ms. Ginger. Any questions? If not, we'll entertain a motion to approve. Mayor Jones, your second.
Second.
Second by Mayor Robinson. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Move on to the next thing. Now, Dan Buren Head Start report.
This is pretty standard, what you get every month, or every meeting we have, we're gonna go through. We got updated financial reports, looking at our budget for March and April, as well as it's also including our cost of living narrative that has to go to the federal government for those increases for our coming year. And then our standard monthly activity reports, credit cards, what all is going on, or in-kind report. And then we did receive a couple monitorings, but both had good reports. So that is the Head Start forward.
Any questions for Mr. Charlie about Dan Buren Head Start report?
Motion to approve.
Got a motion to approve by Mayor Reagan,
Second.
and a second by Mayor Barlow. If not, these have some budget in them, so we're gonna need a roll call on these. Ms. Sherry, please.
Dale Reagan.
Yes.
Alan Foster. Jimmy Johnson.
Yes.
Randy Henny.
Yes.
Lloyd Williams.
Yes.
Steve Jones.
Yes.
Stephen Barlow.
Yes.
Stephen Milbury.
Yes.
Sam Gibson.
Yes.
Jeff Mason.
Yes.
John Potts.
Yes.
David Sullivan.
Yes.
Terry Bell.
Yes.
Kenny Robinson. Jerry Lowry.
Yes.
All right, the next thing on the agenda is the CSBG update by Mr. Neal.
Neil could not be here today. I've got a quick report. You've got your dashboards in your notebook there. You can see what work is going on by county. Basically what we're seeing is some of our budgets are starting to wind down for the year, so we're running low on a few of the funding streams, so that sort of slowed our services down in May. But we'll continue to have money throughout. We try and structure it where every month we have some money to distribute, but that money is winding down for this budget year. One thing that she has made known, if you'll notice at your desk, there is a conflict of interest form. We need every one of you, please, please, please. All that is simply saying is that you're not gonna make a profit off of being on this board. So if you've not made a fortune serving on this board and feel comfortable, please sign that and get that back to us. We have to have one on everybody on this board, or they deem it on our audit time.
That was one.
Yeah, that was one of our main audit finals, so.
Is there one for each, for DD and HRA, or do we just
No,
do one?
just that right there.
And if you're making a killing off of being on this board, please let me know how.
If you can sign that, turn that around, leave it behind, we'll try and make sure and get it from you before you leave. So that is the CSBG update.
All righty. Any questions about the CSBG update? If not, entertain a motion to approve. Got a motion by Mayor Barlow. Got a second? Second by Mayor Mason. All in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Aye. Action items.
Okay, our work plan for 2024-25 is included in there as well. Just want to touch on a few things as we go through, and this will sort of cover as my executive director's report as well. Transportation, we're seeing a far more stabilized and funding system there. We're very happy to report, because of the new software we have and the savings we've had in it, we've been able to raise our drivers' pay to $14 an hour across the board, and if they've got their CDLs, it would be 15. Correct me on that there. So that, we're starting to see the benefits of that and be able to reward our drivers, and hopefully that's going to provide a more stable workforce there. Community intervention, we're going to continue building out a regional recovery model. I want to take just a second. Melissa Hoisington, if you would stand up. Melissa, we stole her away from volunteer behavioral health. She started back the 1st of this month. Cheryl Cox is retiring at the end of June, and Melissa's going to be taking over, and she's the one going to be heading up all of our opioid substance abuse work. So thank you, Melissa, for coming and letting them meet you there. Community services, our goal is to continue to move people out of poverty, and of course on Empower, our pilot program we're working, we're starting to see results. We've hit our numbers of where we're needing to be, and we're starting to see great benefit out of that. But those are all our work plans for 24-25 years. The emergency continuity plan, just as we mentioned earlier, it has to be approved by both boards. That is the same one, just simply putting it in the records that you have approved it. Our day reporting center, which Melissa will be taking over and overseeing, we started that roughly a year ago. We're continuing to update our policies and procedures, and we went to our first audit review, and we did have a few findings, to be honest with that, but it's a brand new program. This is the first time that the state has come in and looked at what we've done. I don't believe there's anything in there too awfully bad, and our team has done a good job already addressing all of those findings and trying to get them straightened out. So I'd be glad to answer any questions on any of those action items.
Any questions from Mr. Farley? If not, entertain a motion to approve the action items as presented. Motion. Mayor Bell, thank you. Second by Mayor Jones. All right, all in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? All right. Moving right along. You already did your executive.
I want to share one story right quick. You know, we talk about our Empower Upper Cumberland and how we're trying to work with families to get them out of poverty. I want to take just 2 seconds and share a story about a young lady that is in White County we've been working with. Going back this last fall, 6-8 months ago, when we first met her, the first night she showed up, she was about to quit her job because her employer had shifted her work schedule from I think a 6 a.m. to 3 o'clock, and moved her work schedule to 4 a.m. to 1 o'clock. And it had completely disrupted her life. So she was getting ready to quit that night. We were able to talk her out of that. In 6 months' time, we went to having a young lady that was struggling every paycheck to get by and was getting ready to quit her job because she didn't have child care. To 6 months later, we had a detailed conversation with her about 401ks, and she was trying to figure out how to maximize her retirement and how to get more stabilized. And then just 2 weeks ago, we're having that conversation because she realizes she's got a better opportunity and is looking at our TCAT, probably down in Warren County, the TCAT down there, of going down there. She's doing welding for one of the employers but has never been officially trained. So we're going to try and take her through welding, and we feel like we're going to get her on a better path. I say all that to say this. Some of these programs, you don't get to see faces like we get to see faces. And these young families are getting improved. Now, it is different in every situation, But I just wanted to share one of those success stories, because a lot of times we talk about the problems we deal with, and we don't ever stop and think about the wins. And we're starting to see some wins in that program, and she is not the only one of having these families that are starting to get to the point where they're no longer in that poverty range. They're moving out of it, and that's very exciting to see. And I just wanted to share that story with you. Now I'll be quiet.
Good deal. We do need to hear those stories, especially in our daily grind that we have. All righty, any questions for Mr. Farley? If not, is there any old business of the Human Resource Agency? Any new business that we need to cover? Public comments? Yes, sir.
Just want to say something real quick, that you forgot me, or at least tried to lately, since they're Blackman's office. One thing I want to do, so back in May, we had those storms that came through. Well, I got the email that FEMA approved, public assistance funds. We got that disaster declaration signed by the president. Counties that are eligible for it, that would be relevant to y'all: Jackson, Macon, Murray, Montgomery, Polk, Smith, Sumner, Warren. Yeah, that's it for this area. But just wanted to throw that out there for the other things.
Thank you, Blake. Sorry, I forgot you.
That's okay, I get it.
I apologize. Start to make me feel Tanner Cox is here, amen. I forgot Tanner's name. Who is Tanner? Any other public comments? If not, entertain a motion to adjourn.
Go move.
Got a motion, second? Second, all in favor say aye.
Be sure to sign your statement of interest and the card over there.
Don't forget to sign the card. If you got a chance to sign the card, please do that. Quick.